Hi, I'm Jo Martin from One of Many, and today I want to talk about how you can harness your female superpowers. That sounds pretty out there, but what I wanted to do was share a little bit about a tool that we have here at One of Many called the Women's PowerTypes, and one context where you can use them to really make a difference in your life. Now, we tend to work with women who are incredible leaders. They might be grassroots community leaders making a difference in their local communities, women leading a family, right through to CEOs, business founders, and politicians. And what we've seen across the board with these women who are remarkably ambitious is that they have a certain mode that they go into to get things done. Now, sometimes that mode is Superwoman, sometimes it's not Superwoman. It might even be one of our power types. It might be she's at work and she's in Queen energy when she's leading, she's making decisions, she's seeking counsel, she's coming from a very logical, structured place. Or perhaps at work she's in warrioress, she's getting things done, she's rallying the troops, rolling up her sleeves, getting in there and getting things out and by the deadlines. Then what usually happens is that incredibly ambitious and successful career woman goes home. And one of the common problems we see with women being able to sustainably make their impact in the world is that they miss this transition time between being out there achieving and doing and then coming back into the home environment to be with their partner, to perhaps be with children if they have them, or even just to be quietly with themselves. That energy, they experience what I call an energy hangover, where they bring all of that energy in and then, dinner becomes a military operation, or connecting with your partner becomes this very logical, structured, let's talk about such and such. If we want to be sustainable in our energy, we need to be able to shift into some of the other power types that are available to us to have the kind of meaningful and emotional connections that we want to have with those people we most care about. For instance, imagine if when you came home from work, you took a moment before you went inside, let's say you've got children, you took a moment before you went inside to actively drop into your mother power type, that place of unconditional love, of patience, of care, that can see the greatness in others and really is that place of safety, solace and warmth. Imagine if you just took a moment to transition with some little ritual or other to arrive home in that place to be with your kids, or whether it be on the school run. Maybe there's a particular track that you play on the radio so that when you're there at the school gates, you've transitioned into that energy out of the warrioress who's been fighting all of those battles during the day. Or perhaps if you're going to be spending time with your partner, you're able to take a moment and transition into the lover power type. That part of you that cherishes the vessel of a body that you're in. Maybe it's just a tiny little bit of hand cream and a beautiful hand massage to get some scent there and just feel into your senses and be there with your partner in a really connected and loving way. This ability to recognize that as women, we don't just have one personality. We're not always just logical and structured. We're not always just unconditionally loving and patient. We're not always, sensual and captivating. But all of us have access to all of these power types, and learning how to use them consciously, like I've just explained in that one little moment of transitioning from work into home life, can add a huge dimension to your whole life. So if this has been helpful for you, I'd love to hear about it. What do you notice in those transition moments in your life? Do you get stuck in one way of operating and find it hard to open up into other areas? Have you noticed how too much warrioress or queen disconnects you from your children or from your partner if you have one? I'd really love to know in the comments section, and if this has been useful, please do feel free to share this video with a friend and like it if you'd like to hear more.